Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Now this is take 2 of this video because my camera was acting up, but thank you, massive shout out to the University of YouTube, because I went onto YouTube, I solved the problem within 2.5 seconds, so I'm so glad that I'm able to film it again. But hope that you are good. Obviously, as you can see, I am not in my home right now. I'm currently in my co-working space, which I haven't been in about 2 whole months. And of course, it's simply been because of COVID-19. If you watch my life update, you would know that I'm contracting currently for a platform that so I go into their office / studio Monday to Wednesday, but then the rest of the week I'm at home. Now, I've had so much work to do, there's so much going on, which I'm about to explain in just a second as well, about something really exciting that's happening, literally tomorrow actually, but I cannot focus at home because there are so many people. So I decided to come out. Now listen, before anybody decides to come for me, okay, first and foremost, there's barely anyone here, there's literally like 2 people here, which is great for me because it means that I have space to record, to do what I need to do without getting in anyone's way. And also I made sure I took out all the safety precautions. I wore gloves when I was on my way here. Made sure I took them off, washed my hands straight away. I've got my antibacterial wipes over here, which kills 99.9% of bacteria. I'm not playing games. I wiped down all the surfaces. I wiped down everywhere that I was gonna touch. I wiped down my laptop as well. And I've got my big bottle of hand sanitizer too. And yes, this is what I carry around in my bag every single day, by the way. I've definitely been making sure that I'm looking after myself, taking my vitamin C, eating better, eating loads of fruit and veg, just maintaining my system. So before anyone tries to come for me, it's like, why are you out of your house? You should be at home. You should be at home. I took all the safety precautions, but I need to work. Like, you guys don't understand. I've got work to do. I need to get on with stuff. And I live in a home with a lot of people, okay? Our home is overcrowded. So until your girl is married and moves into her marital home, I'm just gonna have to do what I have to do for now. So aside from that anyway, I hope that everyone is staying safe. I hope that you are well. I hope that you're looking after yourself and your family, and you're using this as an opportunity to really reflect on the things that are important and just making sure that you're trying to stay as positive as possible. I know it's easier said than done with everything going on, but I really do pray that in the midst of it, you're able to see some form of light and you're just able to see, like, the peace of God surrounding you during this time. Anyway, I am back with another Wake Up Wednesday. Yes, I know, coming out a little bit later. I know Wake Up Wednesday was meant to come out on a Wednesday, but the tendency is now coming out on a Thursday. But do you know what? I have a feeling that this is probably going to be the trend moving forward, but I still want to call it Wake Up Wednesday because I just refuse to call it something associated with a Thursday. It just feels weird. You guys know it as Wake Up Wednesday, so I'm maintaining Wake Up Wednesday for now. And today I wanted to talk about something that is probably something that a lot of people have experienced in their life in general, and something that I wanted to make very clear today. You will never be ready. Now you might be thinking, what on earth are you talking about? What do you mean? Now, as human beings, there are a few decisions or things that we do, especially as we get older, that we make that we don't always feel like we are 100% certain, or we don't feel 100% ready for. I've had a number of people who've said to me, listen, you might think that you're ready for marriage, but you will never really be ready for marriage. Another example is children. Children are one of those things where you don't get a handbook, you don't get a pamphlet, you don't get told, if you do X, Y, and Z, this is how your child is going to come out, and if you do this and you do that, this is how everything's going to work out with your children. Children, there's no manual. You literally just have to work it out as you go along. Of course, there's the Bible, there's scripture, there's all of these different things, incredible things that can help you to train your child, but it's not like literally a place where it says, if you do exactly this, this is exactly how your child is going to come out. And there are so many people who have said to me, even if you think that you're ready for children, again, you are never fully ready because expectation against the results are always different. What you expect could be this blissful image of marriage. You might think that, married, oh, you're so excited to go into marriage, just like I am. I'm very excited to be married, but I also manage my expectations. I know, having been with my now fiance for over 3 years, nearly 4 years now, I've managed my expectations. I know that it's not going to be bliss all the time. I know that, we're not always going to see eye to eye, and that's okay. Those are things that I know that we can work through. Now, with people, when they now come to get married, you might have an expectation. You might say, I know that it's going to be blissful, it's going to be amazing. I get to spend the rest of my life with my life partner. And then you get into the marriage and you realize, wait a minute, this person leaves their dirty socks on the floor. Wait a minute, this person leaves the toilet seat up. Wait a minute, this person is rude. But all in all, people always say the same thing. They say even when you think you are ready, you will never be ready. But I want to add to that even now, and I want to say even to you, if you want to build up a business, a brand, you want to start a company, you want to launch something, you want to start something new, let me remind you right now, just like marriage and children, you will never be 100% ready. Some people think and assume that before they start a company, they need to know exactly how everything is going to turn out. So they need to know literally their 1-month plan, their 6-month plan, their 12-month plan. They know that every single stage, this is what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. And they think that that's what is going to allow them to be ready. Let me tell you something. Having a business, a brand, a product, whatever it is just like having children. It varies. There's no rule book. Things can be higher at one time, then lower at another time. You don't really know what your company needs sometimes. You're trying to figure it out as you're going along. It is literally like having children. It's like having your very own baby. And people have this huge misconception that I have to be 100% ready before I start something. Let me tell you, you will never be there. If you keep using that as a reason as to why you cannot launch something or start something, I promise you and I guarantee you, you will never get off of the launching pad. You will never move to the next step. You will never get to the next level because you are literally there praying and hoping that things will perfectly align and fall into perfect position, which would mean that you are then able to start your business or start your brand. Let me tell you again, it will never happen. There is never a perfect time. There is never a perfect moment. Something will always come up. Life situations and circumstances will always happen. People always turn around and are like, oh, I'm just waiting for the right moment. I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm telling you right now, the right time and the right moment will never come. Why? Because something will always pop up financially. Something will always pop up with family, whether it be family issues, family problems, family this, family that. Something will always pop up to disrupt the perfect, neat schedule that you had put in place. There's something that a lot of people quote actually, and it says, we make plans and God laughs, because God ultimately knows that when we're making these plans, we're making them with the assumption that we know what is going to happen tomorrow. And so he's looking at us probably laughing, thinking, you make those plans, we'll see how far you go with them. Now, don't get it wrong. You guys know me. You know that I am someone that's all about the detail. I'm all about planning. I'm all about making sure that you have a 1-month plan. You guys know I planned my entire 2020. Now, the only difference is between me and a lot of people is that I planned out my entire 2020 and I knew what it was going to look like. But then COVID-19 and Corona came and disruption shook my plans. But did that mean that I turned around and I forsook all of my plans, or I just dashed them to one side and said, oh, great, well, everything's gone belly up, At the end of the day, it's not going to work out how I wanted it to go. I guess it just wasn't meant to be for me. No, I do the 3 things that I've been literally preaching every single day. Adapt, learn, grow. If there's one thing that COVID-19 and Corona has taught me about our society and our community and people around, is that there are 2 types of people. There are those that will adapt, learn, and grow, that will do whatever is necessary to ensure that they are managing the things that they can control, while they understand that there are certain things that they can't control. Whereas there are also the opposite others who literally shut down when things go wrong or things go against their plan, because they are not adaptable, they're not willing to learn, and they don't want to grow outside of their comfort zone. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because your girl, in the midst of COVID-19, in the midst of Corona, in the midst of all the craziness and the madness, your girl is finally and officially launching NT Media, N for November, T for Tango, Media, a social media management and branding agency. Something that I have literally been working on since last year. I've sat down with my team, had many meetings, many calls, trying to figure out how it was going to work, and literally only now, finally, thank God, thank goodness, we are ready to launch. And tomorrow we are officially launching with an online live webinar for anyone across the globe, where I'm going to be sharing some of my tips on social media, branding, all of that good stuff, as well as us just catching a good vibe and being able to communicate and to be able to come together basically and just motivate and encourage one another during this time. Now already in one day, imagine this, there have already been over 180 signups. Literally, to be exact, there's 181 signups to this live webinar. Now you are watching this right now. If I was you, I would pause this video, check the link in the description box below and click on it and make sure you sign up for the live webinar. Now NT Media, like I said, is something that I've been working on since last year, and then Corona came and it took a hit even more because everything was up in the air. Everything was up in the air. It was like we didn't know what was going to happen, what was going on, are things going to move forward, what are we going to do? But guess what? I had to make a decision. It was either fight or flight. Those were the only two options. And I said, you know what? This is something that I've been planning for a very long time, and it's something that I know will be able to even help people, especially during the times that we're in. I mean, branding and your online platforms and social media surrounding your products, yourself, your brand, whatever it is so important, because guess what? The people like the Pretty Little Things, the Fashion Novas, the e-commerce companies, and those that utilize social media as a way in which to engage with their audience and to promote themselves online, guess what? They're still making big bucks. They're still making their money. Whereas many are people who haven't done that, who haven't strengthened their social media platforms, who haven't strengthened their branding online. Guess what? They're turning around and thinking, what the hell am I supposed to do? So I thought it was the perfect time to launch, and we are ultimately a platform helping to make social media as easy as possible. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because if I waited for the right time, probably during Corona and COVID-19, it wouldn't be the right time. Probably during a global pandemic, it wouldn't be the right time. Probably where things are so uncertain and there's like a little bit of, nervousness, which I can admit, there's a bit of nervousness because you're like, how is this gonna go? Is it gonna be hard? Is it gonna go hard? Like, how is this gonna translate to people? There is a tiny bit of a nervousness there because it's like everyone's on edge, everyone's walking on eggshells at the moment, so nobody really knows what's going to happen. But if I waited for the right time, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't get started anytime soon. Sometimes you just have to go. Sometimes you just have to believe in what it is that you are doing enough to take the first step. And then after that, those steps after, they come naturally. So before you turn around and say, I'm not ready, I'm not prepared, I'm not ready, I can't do this and I can't do that, why don't you actually think about all the things that you can do? And if the things that you can do far outweighs the things that you can't do, then I promise and guarantee you the only reason why you have not started is because of your own fear, your own anxiety, and your own worries. Not that they're redundant, not that I'm saying that you should stay where you are, and as long as you think that, okay, I can't necessarily do this, but I can do this, so I'm just gonna ignore what I can't do. No, of course, you always wanna learn, you always wanna grow, you always wanna make sure that eventually those things on the can't do list move over to the can do list, but you have to start from somewhere. A lot of the people that we look at and that we admire and that we look at and think, wow, look at what they're doing. They started somewhere. If they waited for that perfect moment, whatever that even means, I guarantee you a lot of them, we would not see them nor have them as a reference point today. So rather than turning around and saying, I can't do something, I'm not ready, just tell yourself, listen, I will never really be ready. So I might as well make the most of what I have now in front of me, rather than waiting for a time that will never come. So guys, I really do hope that you enjoyed today's Wake Up Wednesday. Again, apologies, it's coming out a day late, but listen, you gotta give a sister a break, okay? There's a lot going on. Like I mentioned to you before, tomorrow is the official launch of NT Media. If you do wanna be there, make sure you check out the link in the description box below. And of course, all the information will be there. So sign up, sign up, sign up. Do not play yourself. It's gonna be a great opportunity to learn from not just me, but from one another as well. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, okay? It takes you 2.5 seconds. Subscribe and share as well, and make sure you hit that bell button so you're notified every single time I post a brand new video. Also, I'm so glad that a lot of you guys have been enjoying In Conversation with Nisi T every single Sunday. Please let me know in the comments below the type of people that you want me to interview on that platform, because this is very much our platform, not just mine. You guys have definitely been getting involved in the conversation, so let me know and I'll try my very, very best to make sure I get those people on the platform as well. But anyway guys, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, stay beautiful.